Hello, how are you? Today I brought a bread recipe that you are definitely going to love. This recipe is very different because it doesn't use any flour at all to make the bread. It's high in protein, rich in fiber, you don't need to let the bread rise, and it's delicious. You're definitely going to love it. You can season it, add some extras, and change up the flavor. And look how cool, it's very economical, has no eggs, no milk, so it's great for people with allergies or who are lactose or gluten intolerant. You're going to love it. Stay until the end because you won't want to miss this. Before we start, I want to ask you, do you eat bread? And if so, what's your favorite kind? If you could eat any bread, which one would you choose for your daily life? I'd love to see your comment. Remember, the ingredients, along with their quantities and nutritional information, are listed below in the description. And look how cool. To start making our bread, I have two amazing legumes here. Here I have chickpeas, which I soaked in water overnight. Look at how they were, hard and very dry. After soaking, see how they turned out much more hydrated. I did the same thing with the lentils. Here the lentils are dry and I soaked them overnight. Here I used orange lentils, mainly for visual appeal, but you can use any kind you like. And now I'm going to blend these legumes to process them. I'm even going to put the chickpeas in the blender by hand. This ends up being a really great way to add lots of nutritious ingredients, right at breakfast or for an afternoon snack. Both chickpeas and lentils are legumes, right? As I mentioned. So they really are ingredients that contain carbohydrates, but I like to call them smart carbs because they're high in fiber. And you don't need to peel them, okay? Some people peel chickpeas, but it's not necessary. And chickpeas are also high in protein in addition to fiber, just like lentils. So they help slow down the absorption of their own carbohydrates, making the glycemic index lower and preventing glucose spikes. Besides having lots of nutrients, vitamins, minerals, they're extremely nutritious. So here's what I'm going to do. I'll blend the chickpeas first with a little water because my blender is small. If you have a bigger one, you can blend everything together. There's no problem. I'm just doing a small amount because of the size and space here. So now we're going to blend this here. And then when I'm done blending, I'll put it in this container here and blend the lentils. Just a moment. Look, I've already blended the chickpeas. Now let's blend the lentils. I've already put them here in the cup and I'm going to add the water once again using the same cup. You don't even need to clean it or anything because it's quick and then we'll keep mixing afterwards. If you're enjoying the recipe, remember to like the video because it really helps me out here on the channel. So look here, I'm going to give it a good mix and we still need to season this batter. As you can see here, these lentils are wetter than the chickpeas are, so they help to give the mixture a more interesting consistency. Now I'm going to add some salt in here, along with a bit of dried rosemary, a little bit of garlic powder. Of course, if you personally want to use any other seasonings, you certainly can. And finally, I'll add the baking powder. Now let's take a moment to give all of this a really good, thorough mix. And to really get the batter to the right consistency, because it's still too soft, I'm going to add ground flaxseed here. Flaxseed will not only help with the consistency, but it will also bring more moisture to the batter because it contains healthy fats, precursors to omega-3, it's a naturally anti-inflammatory food, and it's also very high in fiber. So it helps form a mucilage and makes the dough fluffier and more elastic. In fact, many people who are vegan use flaxseed egg as a substitute for regular chicken eggs, right? So it gives a really good consistency to breads and doughs, which is why I wanted to include it in this recipe. I took my baking tray and lined it with parchment paper, and this batter is so cool because since it has so much fiber, look how it starts to hold together as we let it sit for a bit. Now I'm going to transfer all of it here and begin to shape it into place with the spatula itself. And now I'll place it directly inside the oven. It's a batter that maintains its structure and shape like this. See? So I'm going to tidy up the bread batter here. I'm even thinking about making some cuts on top later. But first I'll shape it a bit so the batter really looks like bread. You know, that beautiful, artisanal, fluffy bread. And then I'll come back here because I think I will make some cuts on top to make it look nicer, right? Because we eat with our eyes too. So hold on a second. So look, I shaped it, made some slits here with a knife to make it look nice. And finally, I'm going to sprinkle a bit of sesame on top. I'm going to bake it in the oven at 360 degrees, and it's quick. I'll be back soon to show you how it turned out, how long it took, and everything else, okay? So I'll be back in a bit. Hang on. This bread looks amazing, doesn't it? It took 40 minutes to get like this. Wonderful. I'm going to cut a few slices now so you can see the texture it has. Make it at home. You'll love it for sure. Then I'm going to try it with my vegan butter. Look at this. It's a rustic bread, a traditional bread, a delicious and very nutritious bread. Look at the crumb here. So soft. Look. I'm putting it here and slicing a few pieces so you can see it better. Make it at home. You'll love it for sure. Look at this. The whole family will love it. Make it. I stopped because I went to get my vegan butter, which I just made. I'll leave the link for it down below in the description. But let's get back to the bread. Look at this. How amazing. This crust with this soft crumb. Make it at home. You'll love it for sure. Look how wonderful. And I'm going to eat it with my butter, right? Like I told you. Tell me here what you would eat this delicious bread with. I'd love to see your comment. And remember that I have a playlist of spreads, pâtés, mayos. I also have a playlist of vegan recipes. I'll leave these two playlists for you down below in the description. Tell me down below what you're going to eat this delicious bread with and what time you're planning to make it. I'd love to see your comment. Remember to like the video, it's really important to me. And share it with anyone who needs a healthy recipe or who you think will enjoy it. And I have to admit, my mouth is watering. The smell of this spread, this bread is just wonderful. The texture of this bread is amazing, soft on the inside and moist, and it paired really well with our spread. It turned out so good, truly wonderful. Make it at home, I'm sure you're going to love it. Even as a sandwich or as croutons to put on a salad, it's just so good. Even plain, it's already delicious. See you next time. Bye.